Maybe if I don't worry about the minigame anymore, then things will go slightly faster. Gosh, there are more levels in Rainbow Resort than I thought there were. Not that I mind, because more time to look at the pretty backgrounds and such. I don't know if there's been a Kirby game that's just explicitly taken place in space before. There have definitely been Kirby games with starry environments. Like, no, there's the Nebula Belt in Kirby Air Ride, which sort of counts. But you could say, well, of course it takes place in space because they live on planet Popstar, and that's in space. But that's just in space the same way that living on Earth is the same thing as being in space. And death. Because I just don't care anymore. I like the little lives icon at the bottom, by the way. Kirby looks so cute. And that little puffball icon next to the 47. Of course, he looks cute anyway, even whenever he's being burned alive and he has huge eyeballs. The only time when Kirby isn't cute is in fan art whenever he's made deliberately creepy, like fan art that I've drawn, because I inexplicably love to make Kirby creepy. You would think that this cannon would lead somewhere, and it probably does, but it doesn't lead to a button, so I don't care about it, but it is so difficult to get to this cannon. So I'm glad that it has nothing of requirement for the 100% aspect of the game, at least, because goodness gracious. Either there's something I'm missing, or it requires the most precise timing ever. And now we just have NES no, Game Boy graphics. These are Game Boy graphics. I imagine this is a level from the original Kirby's Dream Land. I'm not really sure about that, unless it's Kirby's Adventure and they just decided not to change the graphics, which would be pretty cool. It's cool anyways, whatever game this is from. Like, there are definitely games in more recent Nintendo times that take advantage of nostalgia by bringing old levels back and stuff, but I don't think that enough of them do what this game does with just having a completely black and white area that brings you back to the past to play the games that suck. You know the words. But this is a kid-friendly channel, until I decide to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, in which I will still probably not swear during that Let's Play. But I do expect that to happen at some point. Okay. More tomatoes. My mind is just zonked, because it seems like every day recently I wake up and I just go right back to sleep because I don't feel awake enough to live through the day, and so then I just go back to sleep for a while, all through the morning, then I wake up again, and then I do stuff for a little while, but then I still don't have the energy to keep going, and so then I go to sleep again, and then whenever I wake up, it's like 10 o'clock, and then I feel really awake for the whole night. But now, it's been the whole night, and I'm sleepy again. So, whatever. I don't know how energy works. Maybe I should exercise more. I mean, yeah, I should exercise more. But Kirby's doing well for himself, and look at him. He has his own climate. Best music in all of Kirby right now. I know that people like the what is it called? The Gourmet Race. People like that one as a favorite, but this is my favorite. Particularly the Melee rendition, which I believe is the same or at least very similar to the Kirby Air Ride rendition. Should have probably come into this with a power-up. I don't know which one, but any of them would be better than nothing. Well, I say any of them, but I'm not including things like Sleep and maybe Ball. Of course, if Dedede likes sexual innuendos as much as I implied earlier, then of course he likes Ball, and he would like more than one of them. But alas. You know what, I'm just gonna get killed on purpose, because I think it would definitely be beneficial overall to just grab a power wherever those are. And there is a minigame that I haven't shown yet, and also that other... Yeah, what about Orange Ocean? I forgot to go there. Okay, 6-3, 6-3 for the hammer. I will be right back. I have my hammer, and I'm going to return to this place, which I forgot the name of. I mean, the level explicitly doesn't have a name, but I forgot the name of the world. I forgot the name of the entire world, because I am just the smartest. So, at the time that I'm recording this, the Nintendo E3 livestream is tomorrow morning, and that's the same day that I have an eye appointment. Thankfully, the eye appointment will happen earlier than the stream will be. Or the direct, or whatever you would call it. And I'm really looking forward to that, because it's going to be mostly information on Zelda, the new Zelda on the Wii U, and some people would think, you know, it kind of sucks that they're mostly only focusing on one game, probably, and not much else. But to me, Zelda U is the game I'm most excited for, and probably the only one that I'm particularly excited for, so I don't mind that it's the only thing that they're going to be really covering, and in fact I think it's probably the best idea ever, but only for me personally. And that's kind of... I'm excited for it, and I don't really know what to expect. People are thinking that there might be a female, like male-female link option, or possibly a customizable link, where you can switch the gender or something. If there is a male and female option, then I really hope that the female option has something more distinguishing than just being a female Link and that's it. But opinions. I just like Link to be kind of his own character, and then someone else can be a different character. For example, it would be kind of cool if in Wind Waker you could play as Errol instead of Link, even though that would kind of mess with the story. I don't know. That's not as good as I was expecting. I was really hoping for him to hit that hammer down entirely differently from the way he did. You know what, let's take the sword. Right now it is 4:27, and my mind is mush. My mind is a mushroom. It is an entire room of mush. It is not fungus. It is just basically a beehive. That is my mind. It is a beehive, but it is not sweet. I am not rumbly in my tumbly, for I had peanut butter earlier. And peanut butter is protein, and therefore it makes you fill up faster than other things, I guess. Okay, so Dedede did not have 1 health left. He had at least 2 hits. Level 8, Fountain of Dreams. Now we're finally at the end, and level 8 is not a full world, it's just 1 boss fight. Which is a little bit weird. And Dedede is not sliding along at the same pace that the screen was scrolling. And there's an instance of the characters reacting to things before something happens on the screen, because Dedede was looking shocked before anything happened. Dedede's a funny character, because he's always the bad guy, and then whenever there's a worse bad guy, he's always helpful. It's just kind of strange. Like, he's immediately your friend again. Or not again, he's just immediately your friend. And this is Nightmare, who I would imagine is not in Kirby's Adventure, because this one's called Nightmare in Dreamland and is the remake, and if anything was going to change in a game called Nightmare in Dreamland that isn't just called Kirby's Adventure Remake, it would be the addition of a final boss called Nightmare. I remember a long time ago I was going to make this stupid game based on forum members to the forum that I used to go to. And it was like Logan the Fox. And it was based on this story that a friend of mine and I made up about, like, a guy who went by Logan the Fox online. He ran away from home, but he didn't actually run away from home. And all of it was made up. None of it actually happened. But it was going to be this, there was going to be this stupid RPG, just a very small RPG, of Logan the Fox fighting all these different forum members, and then he would have the option of running away from the battles, and then that would be a cutscene where he runs away from home instead. And one of the bosses was just going to be, there was a forum member who went by Nightmare, and he was just going to be the Kirby Nightmare. The Nightmare Ball, specifically. Not this Nightmare, who is appropriately kind of nightmare fuel. This is what I mean whenever I say Kirby games start out cutesy and then right at the end get kind of nuts. His only weak spot is the tornado thing that he has in his body, because, you know, I don't understand the anatomy of these creatures. And I just understood his design just now, like, it's really strange. He has this long chin and flashing sunglasses. I always figured that the weird hood light, the little red gem on his forehead, was actually his eye or something, but I guess it's not the case. So, looking at him more closely with his goofy-looking nose, he's actually less menacing than I thought he was. I'm probably gonna lose this fight, because even though for the most part you can just sit in the corner and that's all you need to win, but it's still easy enough to mess up whenever he shoots stars in the corner. Alright, well, a little bit down to the wire, but now he has his creepy Indiana Jones face-melting animation, and he is dead. There are no more phases to the fight. It was just the two. Possibly underwhelming, and then this is the ending. It's just, hey, you beat it! Good job! Okay, I guess there is more of an ending than that. I thought it was going to end there, which would have been kind of silly. Oh hey, and the moon blows up and becomes the moon. It looks a lot nicer on the inside than the moon in Sonic Adventure 2, that's for sure. Our hero Kirby has fought bravely to recover the Star Rod. But King Dedede didn't mean any harm. He just wanted to make penis jokes. He certainly wasn't trying to harm the Fountain of Dreams. Until they retconned the story. It all began when the nightmares appeared in the fountain. Nightmares capitalized. Rode the currents of the Fountain of Dreams, also capitalized. Wreaking havoc and tormenting the residents of Dreamland. When King Dedede was fat in the sky, the power source of the Fountain of Dreams, he was actually hiding it safely away from the nightmares. Good job, Dedede. You didn't make that very clear to me. You should have left me a memo. Borrowing King Dedede's power, Kirby something. Now that the Star Rod is returned to the fountain, everyone's dreams will return. So fluff up your pillow and get ready for a good night's sleep. That's what I'm gonna get ready to do soon. Some of the coolest games have the story of people losing their dreams at night and then you bring them back. Because that's the story of the first Paper Mario. That's the story of... well, it might not be exactly the story of Klonoa, but the idea of Klonoa is that there's a world made up of everyone's dreams. And then whenever you wake up from a dream and you don't know what it was, where do those dreams go? And that's Phantom Isle, I guess. I don't know. Games based on dreams are cool. That's what I've discovered. So that is Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. Except it's not Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, it's Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. I always mess that up. Because Kirby's Nightmare makes more sense to me in my head, except it actually doesn't, because it's not his nightmare. So I just need to get that straight. As I've established, this game is my favorite Kirby, and even though I feel like a lot of Kirby games are very similar in their gameplay, somehow this one stands out to me. Somehow this one is particularly fun to me, and it might not be the most unique or varied or puzzly, thought-provoking even Kirby game. Definitely not the most story-focused. It's just something about the gameplay. Just every element of it lines up in my mind as a fun experience that can be played many times and still be fun. So, what do I say after that? As this drill goes through all this cheese and we get a sword and turn into Sword Link Kirby. I mean, we've seen all this before. We don't have to show all this again. Oh, the memories of the past 2 hours. Because it's only been 2 hours. That's as long as we've been playing this, or I've been playing this. Then again, 2 hours is going to make for quite a few videos. And I hope that people like these videos. Because I was so dead during most of them. And I feel like I didn't have that much to say. Kirby is not like the nearest and dearest series to my heart, but this game still holds good memories. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope that you have the sweetest of dreams tonight. Good night, everyone.